Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews. I'm your host, Spease, and today we are looking at Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, released in 1982. Halloween 3 stars Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, Dan O'Herlihy, Michael Currie, Ralph Strait, Jadeen Barbor, Brad Schacter, Garn Stevens, Nancy Loomis-Kyes, Jonathan Terry, and Dick Warlock. Halloween 3 is directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. Now, I reviewed a film by Tommy Lee Wallace already in Fright Night Part 2. And whereas that film was a piece of trash, this one, it did not get the credit it deserves back when it was released, as most people hated the film because Michael Myers was not in it. However, the film still made money at the box office, but it was the lowest grossing Halloween movie. So of course, that caused the Halloween producers to reverse course. Roman Yablans ended up moving on to other projects after this one. And Mustafa Akkad reversed course and went right back to Michael Myers with Halloween 4. But does this film deserve the hate it got? No, I don't think so. Tom Atkins plays your lead character in this as Dr. Dan Chalice. And Tom Atkins was always a great character actor, from supporting roles in films like Escape from New York, Creepshow, Lethal Weapon, My Bloody Valentine 3D, Striking Distance. He's been in a lot of great films, but he hardly ever got a chance to play the lead character, unfortunately. The films that he did get a chance to do that, other than this one, was The Fog from 1980. The film I've already reviewed on this channel. If you have not seen that, check it out. I'll put a link in the description above. And that is Night of the Creeps from 1986. And then there was the criminally underrated Maniac Cop from 1988. When given the chance to be the lead in a film, Tom Atkins shines. And this film, just like those other three films that I mentioned, is his coup de grace. As Dr. Dan Chalice, he is both a hero that you are on his side, but at the same time, he is the biggest horn dog you've ever met. And I can't blame him for wanting to be with other women. Because his character is married to Nancy Loomis-Kyes as Linda Chalice. And thankfully her role in this thing is only like one scene. She doesn't get a prominent role in this film, thankfully. Because, like I said in the past, in my Halloween review, she's not the best of actresses. But his co-star in this film that he does get with, Stacey Nelkin, who plays Ellie Grimbridge, is incredible. She is, I don't know how this actress never went on to become anything bigger after this film. Because like I said, it's not like this film was a box office bomb. It made money. It was successful. So Stacey Nelkin is just, she's beautiful and she's talented. She has got all the tools to be a leading lady. And she shows that in this film. And then you have Dan O'Harely as Colonel Cochran. And if you only know Dan O'Harely as the cranky old boss in the RoboCop films, you are in for a treat in this film, because Dan O'Harely is amazing as Colonel Cochran. He can come into a scene and be highly likable, act like he loves kids and everything, and then the next minute he can be killing that same kid with this video of Silver Shamrock. The rest of the cast, there's not much to say about them. You have Garn Stevens has the biggest moment in this as far as the characters go. As Marge Gutman, she very minor role, but she has this one little moment in there where she finds the little piece of the mask and starts screwing around with it. And that's a big mistake. Other than that, you have an appearance by Dick Warlock without his Michael Myers mask on as one of Cochran's assassins. Now, these characters of the assassins, I mean, they were always supposed to be considered as just robots that Colonel Cochran created. But considering the fact that Dan O'Harely's Colonel Cochran is a warlock in this film, as it's revealed, he's got powers to be able to come up with technology that we don't have. And I think it fits into this story very well, is nanobots. Nanobot technology is not a real thing. The nanobot technology is what I think he used on these robots. And the reason I think these people were real human beings that he injected the nanobots. They went into their bloodstream, and once they got into their bloodstream, they made them into his controllable robots. Changed their body and everything to more robotic. And their blood changed from the regular red, to the weird yellowish color that we see. So it just changes their DNA from the injection into them. And I think that is the best explanation for these things, beyond the whole, hey, he's got a shitload of robots he made, No. I don't like the idea of the robot thing. I like the nanobots the best. That's my, especially considering the end. And here comes the spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie, go watch it, okay? Stacey Nelkin and Tom Atkins' characters of Dan and Ellie are captured. She was on his side and with him all this time. Her father was murdered, for Christ's sakes, earlier in the film. So, I don't think she was some robot the whole time. Because otherwise, why wouldn't she have just killed Dan when she had sex with him? She had a great opportunity right there to kill him. And she didn't. And that's because she wasn't. She wasn't one of his little assassins at that point. And I think that was really her here at the end. Because that's what I think. My theory is these nanobot technology, they injected it into her, and when Dan rescues her near the end of the movie, she is making the it's still in her bloodstream. It's still not fully taken over, because if you see her when she's escaping with him, she's herself. She's still herself. And then it's in the car that nanobot technology starts to take over her body, I believe. And that is why she just starts to blankly stare off into space.
Ellie, you all right?
Starts choking him and trying to kill him. Nanobot technology is the perfect explanation of what that was. But yeah, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is one of the coolest films of its kind, and it's very unique. I would give this film a 9.0 out of 10. This film is excellent. It couldn't even be brought down by Nancy Loomis-Kyes. I mean, that's how good this film is. Tommy Lee Wallace did a great job directing this thing, and I love it. But what do you think? Do you love Halloween 3? Do you hate it? Are you on the bandwagon that thinks that this movie should have never been made because it doesn't have Michael Myers? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help this channel out a lot. So, that's 2 3s down. Still got more to go. So if you're enjoying the third chapters in the series, stick with me. I'm working my way through them. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.